An early morning house fire takes the life of a Toledo firefighter's son. Good evening, I'm Allison Brown. The fire happened in central Toledo around 4 o'clock this morning. Fox Toledo's Sharia Davis is on assignment with what TFD is saying about this tragedy. Sharia?
This fire hits pretty close to home for TFD. In fact, this was the first fatal fire of the year, and it happened on the 2000 block of Calumet Avenue, where Toledo firefighter Curtis Johnson Sr. lives. But he was on duty at the time when the fire started.
We called him after we determined whose house it was, that it was his house. We called him, and he left the station where he was assigned and came to the scene.
When crews arrived around 4:30 this morning, they saw fire coming out from the back of the house on the first and second floor. After putting most of it out, they found Curtis Johnson Sr.'s son, Curtis Jr., in the living room. The cause of death is still under investigation.
I can tell you he wasn't burned, so the coroner will have to make a determination.
Chief Wooliver says the 27-year-old was possibly asleep at the time. Smoke detectors inside of the house were working. He also says the victim's mother, a former Toledo police officer, was out of town with 2 other children. The chief believes the last time Curtis Sr. saw his son was right before going to work.
Losing a son like this is very tough. As a head of the fire department, I don't like to see any of my members suffer. It affects me in that way, and it affects me because I have kids around that age as well, and you know, I don't like to imagine what I would feel like. So I'm sure he's hurting, and we'll do everything we can to help him through it.
Chief Wooliver believes the fire was accidental, but it will take some time to determine the actual cause. Reporting tonight, Sharia Davis, Fox Toledo News.
A Perrysburg woman barricades herself inside of her home this morning.